The Great Gatsby, Fitzgerald. NTRO, setting the stage. Our story takes place in the roaring 1920s, an era of jazz, dancing, prohibition, reckless wealth, and an endless chase for the American dream. The narrator is Nick Carraway, a young man from the Midwest who moves to New York to learn the bond business. He rents a modest house in West Egg, a flashy and newly rich area on Long Island. But right next door to him is a mysterious mansion, a palace of glass, lights, and enormous parties. And this mansion belongs to the man whose name will echo through the whole novel. J. Gatsby ***. The Green Light. Nick returns home and sees, for the first time, Gatsby, standing alone on his lawn, reaching out toward the distant water. At the end of Daisy's dock across the bay shines a tiny green light. This image becomes one of the most famous symbols in American literature. Gatsby reaches for a dream he can see, but cannot yet touch ***. Tom and Myrtle. Tom drags Nick to New York City to meet his mistress, Myrtle Wilson, the wife of a poor car mechanic, George Wilson. Tom throws a small, drunken apartment party. Myrtle pretends to be wealthy, trying to escape her lower-class life. But the party ends badly. Tom punches Myrtle in the face when she mentions Daisy. The scene shows the ugliness beneath Tom's polished lifestyle: cruelty, cheating, entitlement. The parties at Gatsby's mansion. Every weekend, Gatsby's mansion explodes with life: jazz bands, fountains of champagne, hundreds of strangers, dancing until dawn. People don't know the host, but they make up stories about him. He's a German spy. He killed a man. He's related to royalty. Gatsby remains a myth, a ghost watching his own parties from a distance. Nick meets Gatsby. One evening, Nick finally meets the mysterious man. Gatsby is polite, strangely formal, and calls everyone old sport. He shows Nick his smile, one of those rare smiles with a quality of eternal reassurance. Nick is fascinated. Gatsby seems genuine, yet everything about him feels rehearsed, as if he's performing the role of a perfect gentleman. Later, Gatsby invites Nick for a ride in his fancy yellow car and tells unlikely stories about his past: an Oxford man, a war hero, a wealthy son of a wealthy family. Nick doesn't fully believe him. Then Gatsby asks a strange favor. He wants Nick to invite Daisy for tea. At last, the mystery begins to reveal itself. Gatsby's past, the truth. Through Jordan Baker, Daisy's friend, Nick learns the truth. 5 years earlier, Gatsby was a young soldier stationed near Daisy's home. They fell deeply in love. But Gatsby was poor, and Daisy wanted stability. When Gatsby went to war, Daisy married the rich and powerful Tom Buchanan. Gatsby, heartbroken, spent years building a fortune, through questionable business deals, to win Daisy back. His mansion, his parties, his money, every single thing he built was for her. The reunion. Tea at Nick's house ***. Nick arranges the meeting. At first it is awkward, Daisy trembles, Gatsby nearly panics. But slowly the years melt away, and their love rekindles. Gatsby takes Daisy and Nick to his mansion, proudly showing his wealth. The emotional peak of this scene happens when Daisy begins to cry into Gatsby's shirts, because they are so beautiful. But really, she is crying about everything lost, everything wasted, and the impossible hopes Gatsby carries. Gatsby believes he can repeat the past. Nick warns him he cannot. But Gatsby answers, "Of course you can." The summer romance ***. Gatsby and Daisy begin an affair. Tom senses something is wrong. Daisy suddenly acts distant, confused, emotional. The tension builds until the famous confrontation in the Plaza Hotel in New York City. The confrontation, Plaza Hotel scene ***. It is unbearably hot, a symbol of exploding emotions. Tom confronts Gatsby directly. Gatsby insists Daisy never loved Tom. Tom claims Gatsby is a CRI. Tom claims Gatsby is a criminal. Daisy breaks down, torn between two men. And in that moment, Gatsby's dream cracks. Daisy cannot erase the past. She cannot say she never loved Tom. Gatsby is devastated. The accident ***. Driving home that night, Daisy is behind the wheel of Gatsby's yellow car. Shaken, emotional, half crying, she accidentally hits Myrtle Wilson, Tom's mistress, who runs into the road. Myrtle dies instantly. Gatsby decides to take the blame, even though he wasn't driving. He is still protecting Daisy, still believing in her. The aftermath ***. Tom tells George Wilson, Myrtle's husband, that the yellow car belongs to Gatsby. He strongly implies Gatsby was the driver. George, broken by grief, believes Gatsby killed his wife. Meanwhile, Daisy hides behind Tom's wealth, refusing to see Gatsby or even send a message. Gatsby waits outside Daisy's house all night, hoping she will come out, hoping for a sign of love. But Daisy and Tom leave town the next morning, escaping responsibility. The death of Gatsby ***. George Wilson arrives at Gatsby's mansion. He shoots Gatsby in his pool, the place Gatsby had gone to use for the first time that summer, as if trying to wash away his pain. Then George kills himself. Nick finds Gatsby floating dead in the water. The dream is over. The funeral ***. Nick tries to gather people for the funeral, but no one comes. Not Daisy. Not Tom. Not the crowds who danced at Gatsby's parties. Only Nick, Gatsby's father, and a few servants attend. Nick realizes how empty and selfish the world of the East Coast elite truly is. He decides to return to the Midwest, leaving behind the illusions of New York. The main idea of The Great Gatsby is to show America of the Jazz Age. The American dream of being rich. Wealth does not bring love. A dream without a real basis is doomed, an eternal conflict of illusion and truth. This is one of the best romantic anti-myths. Society is divided into castes, and not everyone is allowed to as. The relationship between the characters gives an idea of a love that lives only in a dream. Gatsby and Daisy, about marriage as a status, Tom and Daisy, about observation, friendship, admiration, Nick and Gatsby,